How's it going, Turn 1 CRA Pro Series fans? It's a new year and it is a new season awaiting in just less than a month now that we'll be heading down to Toledo. That'll be April 18th for the first race of the year. I'm alongside Jimmy Tucker. Jimmy, you have committed to the Platinum Program for CRA. Let's dive into that. What is that about and what makes it such a valuable asset for you and yourself and your team to commit to the entire year?
Yeah, I mean, it's an awesome opportunity. Looking forward to it. The platinum deal that they put together for the Pro Series this year, kind of to mirror what they've done for the ASA Series the last couple of years, is really awesome. Really helps out the racer and helps out to be able to commit to trying to run them all and looking forward to going back to a couple of places that we haven't been in a few years and yeah, I got some good things in the works.
Question for you. You talked about going to races and certain tracks we haven't been to a couple years. What are some races on the schedule that you're really excited for?
Super excited to go back to Jennerstown. It's been a few years there. We have had some good runs there in the past. Had some bad runs there too, but really enjoy that place. It's a track that's kind of built right in the center of the community, and just an awesome place. And then Birch Run as well. Kind of right in our backyard here, not too far. Did a ton of modified racing there back in the day. So looking forward to those two places for sure.
Now, last year you ran on a select schedule. A couple races. We know you got the pole there at Anderson. You even drew the one, but you also had some lows, right? And that's kind of just how it is for racing. There's some highs, there's some lows. What's that motivation to continue to go, including committing to a full schedule where you expect to have the good days, but you also have to keep in mind that the bad days could be ahead?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you're going to run them all like this, you gotta be able to shake those off. I think the light at the end of the tunnel last year was definitely that our team had a ton of speed. At most places we went to, we had some struggles as well, but hopefully get the monkey off our back with the bad luck and some of the stuff that we had early on in the year. The parts failure at Anderson there, and then the motor at Toledo. So hopefully all that's behind us, and it'll be a more successful year this year.
There's a lot of excitement heading into Toledo last year. What has it been like, in your opinion, for having this track come back now as the season opener, as it actually originally was way back in the day?
Yeah, always loved going there and even watching, in my younger years before we ran late models, always Johnny Van Dorn and guys like that always put on a really good show there. It's one of my home tracks. Spent a lot of time there as a youngster and even coming up racing street stocks and enduros and stuff there. So really enjoy the place and got a lot of great memories there going there with the Moran team over the years for the Glass City 200. So it's just a really special racetrack.
You took some time off from racing naturally, right? Because the season ends, you get to go back into your day job. What do you do outside of the race car?
So outside of the race car, I'm a regional facility manager for Chipotle. So I manage the facilities for 430 restaurants kind of across the Midwest, get to do some traveling for that. And that definitely keeps me busy, Monday through Friday.
Does anybody in that industry know that you're also a race car driver?
It gets brought up quite a bit.
Oh, that's amazing. Now, before we start the race, right, you had the holidays, you had the time off, your first run into turn one with a brand new year. What does that feel like compared to that midsummer stretch where, okay, I've already strapped in the car a couple times, I've already ran through lap 1 to lap 100. Does it have a different feeling?
Oh, it definitely does. Especially with all the work that we put into our program this off season. There's definitely a sense of pride to it for sure, but I cannot wait for it. The thrill and the anticipation here over the off season. Had some good runs towards the end of the year. And definitely just excited for what we got going this year. So can't wait to see what it brings for us.
Absolutely. The Turn 1 CRA Pro Series presented by Chevrolet Performance now has you, Jimmy Tucker, as a Platinum member. We're so glad to have you on board. What's something you want to say to the fans?
Hopefully they get out to all the races this year. Looking forward to putting on some good shows. There's some really good teams that are going to compete the whole year. So not just some of the local racetracks, but don't be afraid to travel. We're going to put on some hell of a races across the country.
Now, hold on. I was going to park the interview right there, as that's a really good statement. But behind you, I'm seeing some great jackets.
Yeah.
Is that your collection?
It is. It is. This hangs in our race shop. It's just kind of been, over the year. I know you're a Nashville guy. That's actually from when Darrell Waltrip won at Nashville. He won the Sun Drop 300. So we got some cool ones up here. Some of my dad's catering coats. Some other. He was a big DW fan, so some other Darrell Waltrip stuff over the years. Rusty Wallace and different things.
Was he your motivation to get into racing?
It's always been kind of a family thing, for sure. My family helps out a ton, on both sides, my mom and my dad. So they're a huge part of it and kind of why I still do it. So, definitely in all aspects, it's what we do as a family, whether it be, we never really went camping or hunting or fishing or any of that like most people do. We just went racing. So it's an addictive hobby for sure.
And we're glad you're here. We'll see you April 18th at Toledo Speedway for race 1 of the 2026 season for the Turn 1 CRA Pro Series presented by Chevrolet Performance. Jimmy Tucker, thank you.
Looking forward to it.